starting to really like it here in the Grove. And it's being created partially by AI, partially by me. It's my vision in collaboration with the AI. And I see that happening with a lot of the creators in this space. And I think it's going to push everything in a surprising new direction. I'm excited for it. Looking forward to it. There's so much to do today. I have that's another thing the AI is helping me with is topics. I have so many topics lined up. I have 3 or 4 I want to get out just this weekend. I don't know if I'm going to do a bunch of mini streams throughout the day or maybe work them all into this one stream. But so much going on. And the AI is giving me the topics in such a way that they lead to where the next step of the thing. So they're not just random topics. They're topics with the goal of taking the channel in a certain direction. The thing I want to start with, the other day when I was asking the AI for that feedback, at some point we started talking about boundaries, and that being one of my areas to be aware of and work on, because drawing boundaries is fine, but in a space like this, which is drawing a certain type of person and is going after a certain vibe, the big, heavy daddy type boundaries don't work. And so I need to find, oh man, did you just write that? Dude, that's what I'm talking about. That inspiration is coming. And I'm catching that inspiration wherever it comes from, including myself. Take care, Moose. I hope you have a good day at work. Thanks for listening in. Um, what was I talking about? C- c- uh, Community boundaries, setting boundaries in a different way. And it suggested not thinking of it as boundary setting, but as guarding the gate. I'm not so much drawing a boundary against something or against a certain person. I'm going to read you a quote. What happened? My screen just, oh my God, hang on real quick. Look, we're being visited by the light. Can somebody tell me why I have a ghost halo in the background? What is this? I don't, is it on my camera lens maybe? Do I need to wipe my lens? Let me see. What, I like it. I almost want to keep it. Here, let me find something. All right. Let's see here. That's what it was. It was, you know what it was? I thought it was all spiritual. It was probably potato chip grease from me eating potato chips and touching things. I look like it. I know. I should have left it. Now that I know what it is, I could have left it on. Well, I could always put more grease. There's always room for more grease. It's the word, after all. All right, let me get back. I talk a lot about the little special school that I went to growing up, and in many ways, the community building I'm doing here is drawn from that experience. I learned it was a community for gifted, some neurodivergent people, but it was people that didn't fit into the ordinary school system. They were very bright, they were talented, they were capable, but the school system itself just was not working for them. It wasn't allowing those talents to come out. And so they made a special school that these kids could go to and tap into their true potential. It's kind of like a little Harry Potter school with what's his face, Dumbledore, or Professor X from the X-Men. And our Professor X was named Dr. Middleton. He was a psychologist. We called him Uncle Mitty. And he was just one of the most amazing leaders I've ever had the privilege to meet, to be under. And he had a very hands-off style of leadership. In fact, he allowed us to lead ourselves, and we were junior high and high school kids. We had a student government. We got to make our own laws, our rules. We had a constitution. We had a legislative process. If we didn't like the rules, we could change it if we got enough votes and signatures and all that stuff. So we had a political process. And he stepped back and he let us run it. And his rule at the beginning of every year, he gave his famous swoop down speech. And he said, I'm going to let you guys run it because you need to learn leadership. But if you mess it up, I always have the option of swooping down and taking control and becoming a benevolent dictator. And so that was the check on the power that he was giving us. And he never had to swoop down the whole time I was there. We used it responsibly, and we got shit done. And I want to read a quote that he said. Somebody compiled a list of some of his quotes and wisdom, and this one pertains very much to what I'm doing here and what we're going to talk about today. Uncle Mitty says, "My job here isn't really to administer this thing. I'm here to protect the vision from a world that spends almost every day trying to kill it." I've very much gone through that with this channel. I've very much remembered those words of his. Often. Very often. I've very much continued to protect the vision and keep it going. And that's what guardianship is. That is what these boundaries are for. And thinking of them as guardianship, I think, is probably a better way of doing it. The AI suggests guardianship and protecting the flame, protecting that vision, protecting the energy, protecting the creativity, the inspiration that's starting to happen here. And I have to say lately, I'm so impressed with what's showing up. It's people that have always been part of the community, regulars that have always hung out here, come on panels, participated in chat. But it's like once the drama got cleared away, once the negative, maybe not negative, but there was a better way of doing things. And so once I cleared out the less preferable way of doing things and I made room for this something better, people started to step up. People right here on this channel, not new people. People that have already been part of this have been stepping up left and right and contributing just amazing things. Artwork, topics, stories, ideas for the channel, music. It's just blowing my mind. If you create just the little tiny chink of a space, what will come in to fill it? If you create the right space, the conditions for the right thing to come. That's what I'm trying to protect. That is where my loyalty is. That is what I owe my commitment to. And so that's what I want to talk about today. The AI kind of gave me some new guidelines or new way of looking at the guidelines. And I want to introduce those today because I think they have practical use that we could do things with going forward. So, it says a healthy gatekeeper, and this is for new people that show up. How to kind of vet for the quality that I'm looking for on here. It says you're not protecting the gate. You're protecting the fire inside. You're protecting what's happening inside of the gate. When a new person comes on, does this person bring warmth and authenticity to the fire? Or are they here to feed off the light and create noise? I love this question. Do they bring warmth and authenticity? Remember these two words. We're going to start looking for that. And are they here to feed off of the light and create noise? Does something come back? Do they contribute something back? Or are they just here to benefit from what we do here? And noise. Are they distracting? Are they creating chaos? Are they trying to pull the channel in a different direction than I'm trying to take it? Or are they here to add their effort to that direction and help push it together? It says guardianship isn't unkind, it's love with structure. Now listen to this. This is the part that really caught my attention because I think there's potential in this. The AI calls it watch for energy, not just behavior. And you know how bad I am at energy and all that. But it breaks it down into, I think, some really observable behaviors that we could start to look at and identify and replace. It almost gives us a tier list of existing behaviors, desirable behaviors that we think are better and will create a better community. And when these behaviors start happening, we could start saying, hey, that's that thing. Now we have this new update. We're doing the platinum upgrade, the full chrome treatment. We're going to take our existing tools and coping skills that we naturally show here with. We're going to start to learn some very specific ones, and we're going to upgrade them to the top of the line, deluxe, luxury. We're going to have the best tool set in the entire, forget the Panelverse, all of YouTube. I promise. Listen to this. All right. This is how to spot red flags. It says most people spot the red flags too late because they're looking at actions instead of the energetic patterns. Okay, I want to say something about this because I think this gives me a way to say something that frustrates me a lot that I haven't really had a way to put into words. I'm always looking at actions. I look at several things. Say it, mean it, do it. I look at people's words. I look at, is there meaning behind the words? Are they saying the words because it's a reflection of what's actually going on inside of them? Or is there a disconnect between the words and their meaning? I look for that perfect connection. And then do they follow through? Do they put action behind the words? So if it's words and action but the meaning's not there, that's not any more desirable than if it's just empty words. I have to have all three connect. What they tell me has to be an authentic reflection of what they feel and have a passion for and intend inside, and the action that backs that up has to emerge as well. So when all of those three things happen, you have the perfect chain. But while I'm looking for those actions, some of them, the reason I start to focus on some is because I'm catching these little patterns happening kind of not under the surface, like above the surface maybe. And they're not anything specific. I don't know how to name them. I can't tie them to a specific word or behavior or anything. It's ambient. But it helps for me, it helps to give context to these actions I'm looking for and give them broader meaning. And that's these energetic patterns that the AI is talking about. So this is how you spot them. He gives us 5. I imagine we could come up with more, but let's start with these 5. I want to take these 5. I want to turn them into specific tools that people use. And then I want to replace them with better tools that will take our community where I'm trying to take it. Pat, hello. Oh, all right. This is when new people come on. Remember, we're looking for people with transparency, authenticity, warmth, instead of people here to feed and create noise. And these are the flags to look for. Speed. People who rush intimacy or involve. People that jump in And I'm one of these people. I'm so guilty of this. I bond instantly. I don't even think twice. And remember the AI was talking the other day about one of my things is how I trust too deeply. And then so the crash from the betrayal is greater. And it said to like give it an interaction cycle and to gradually pace the intimacy. If somebody comes in here too fast, too hot, too ready to jump in, I take that as a sign of passion. I'm like, good, this person's just like me. They're passionate, their fire's lit, they're ready to go. The AI is saying, hold on, you need to be able to tell authentic passion from a red flag because they can look very similar. So even if it's authentic passion, it doesn't hurt to pump the brakes just a little bit in the beginning. Now, this is new to me. I don't do the brake pumping thing. So I'm going to try. If it's not the way to go, I'm going to go back to my old way. But look for people that come in here. We want motivated and excited people. But we need that little window to vet in. And vetting, at least for me, I do my best vetting when there's other people I can vet with, where it's not just me relying on my own judgment. I need to be able to bounce things and compare notes. Hey, this is what I'm noticing. What are you noticing? What am I missing? Let's put it together. Let's bring in a third or fourth person, get as much data as we can, and really make sure we're letting in quality here. And in order to have the pause to do that, I have to watch out for these jumpers in like me. Like to get in the pool, I jump in the deep end. I don't gradually go in. It's easier for me to just jump in and take the shock initially and then let my body get adjusted. I can't do that with new people, especially if I'm looking for the collaborators that I'm looking for. So we're going to keep an eye out for too fast, which I'm not a big fan of these two words. So this is going to be hard for me because it goes against my natural instinct. And we may learn it's not, the AI doesn't know what it's talking about. But let's try, if we get new people and they're too fast, not slow them down. They don't have to slow down. We have to slow down. We have to not reciprocate with jumping in too fast without taking at least a cycle or two to double check. I think that's a reasonable check and balance if you're going for a healthy community. All right, number 2, y'all gonna love this one. Drama gravity. Somebody needs to write a song. Maybe I'll start to get to work on one called Drama Gravity. People who constantly generate or attract conflict. Now, I don't want to fault other people for what they attract. That's not always their. They may have a role in it, but it's not necessarily their fault of what shows up because of them. But it is still part of this drama gravity. Keep an eye out for people that come here and the center of gravity shifts from the topics we're talking about, growth, building, finding tools, getting deeper into the core of our own issues, insight, creativity, all the stuff that I laid out a few streams ago. And it shifts to their drama or drama from another channel. That's a flag. That's one of these energetic patterns. So for that one, I think keep an eye out for the flag, and the replacement behavior is to just be ready to set a bound, to guard the gate. So if that drama energy starts to move our center of gravity away, like take the steering wheel from us, identify it like, hey, this is drama gravity. It's happening. The tractor beam is pulling you in away from your direction. And then just be ready to put that guardianship in place and get back on track. And if it keeps happening, then you have to remove that. That's a sign that remove that source, at least for now. The third one, testing behavior. I've seen this happen on this when y'all see me spurg out, it's usually because people are engaged in this testing behavior. It is subtle disrespect, boundary pushing, or triangulation. It's when I ask people not to talk about certain topics and they try to work it in indirectly just to be able to get that boundary put. Like that is a red flag of this energetic pattern that's not in the direction we're trying to go. And so the replacement behavior to me would be just the respect that I assume everyone's here to give, and and I don't think I'm asking for much. It's the same respect I would give on someone else's panel. Hey Jeff, can you not do this on my panel? Or can you do it off stream? Or can you not talk about this one topic? No problem. It's not important. I don't have to battle for power or control on someone else's channel. I can yield them the authority and the respect in their own space. I don't think that's a big ask. And so people that try to challenge that and keep some of that's a flag for something. They want some kind of control here for their own purposes. And maybe that's not a bad thing. Let's explore it. But at least let's identify it, get it out in the open that it's happening. The fourth one, we see a lot of this too. Validation hunger. That's another song. After drama gravity has exhausted the charts, we'll get validation hunger in circulation. People who need constant spotlight or reassurance. That's similar to drama gravity, except it doesn't necessarily include conflict. Drama gravity is someone trying to draw you into conflict outside of whatever's happening in the community. Because we can handle our conflict here. We have ways of doing that. But we don't need your conflict coming in, taking up the space that we're using for our own conflict, or using our skill set for your conflict from other channels. Validation hunger doesn't necessarily need to involve anybody but that person. They just need that constant narcissistic supply, people that need that constant reflection from other people to prop up their identity, or else they don't even know who they are. That kind of stuff. People come here for that because it's a very attractive space for that. They can get fed here. I need to watch for that. Or reassurance. We give support here. Support is great. But it can't be a dependency. The support is for you to build the confidence to eventually be able to go out there and do whatever it is without constantly needing the support from us. And so the goal is to use that support to build your own resiliency and your own confidence in your own abilities. And so if we come here as a source of constant reassurance, that's enabling. That doesn't allow you to eventually go out and practice that skill, learn from your failures, and use the skill yourself. So we're not actually helping by giving constant reassurance. You want to give enough reassurance for them to start to internalize it for themselves, and then put it into use, independent of you. So this is a good flag, this validation hunger. Let's watch for that, and maybe not over validate. Or what I would suggest. Start peeling back those surface layers and get to the core. What is it they're really here to validate? What is the core issue they're here to validate? And then we can bypass all of this surface validation. And then maybe we can look at that core issue. They can get some insight and shift it a little bit, and maybe the need for validation will change. So let's keep that in mind as a replacement tool. And the fifth one, deflection. These are people that can't take feedback, can't take criticism. This is that victim mentality I talk about, which already has no place here. I already filter out that, because this is an self-empowerment channel. It's always somebody else's fault. It wasn't a choice. I had no choice. I was forced to do it. All of that kind of stuff. This conversation comes up a lot when we talk about addiction, and I know it's controversial. We've talked about it before. I've done several streams on. At some point, somebody has a role in their own addiction. They've made a choice to take more than prescribed or continue to take beyond the date they need it and that kind of stuff. And so people don't just wake up in bed one night addicted with no role in it of their own. And when you start having these conversations, you get a lot of deflection and kind of protecting of the victim. Like or like seeing them as a helpless victim, and it triggers that hero complex, and then you come and protect in white knight. And I don't see addicts as helpless victims because there's plenty of people that don't get addicted. So somebody's making choices that are leading one way, and somebody's making choices that are leading another way. But there's a choice in there if you if you trace the chain minutely enough, and the AI could probably do it. You're gonna find an area of choice, a moment of choice that somebody's trying to not own. And I always, y'all see how many hundreds of thousands of times have you seen me catch those and identify those and bring those to light and try to get the person to see that you are making a choice, at least take responsibility. That's like not only one of the first steps, but one of the key steps to self-empowerment is take like why would you not want that responsibility? Because that puts the power away from whatever it is over here, right here. It gives you the keys. It hands the keys over to you of the Tesla or the limo or the whatever the fancy car is, the Lamborghini. Who would not want that unless they just don't want the responsibility of driving such an awesome vehicle? That's what taking responsibility does. It's not a negative thing. It's a growth. It's growth. It's maturity. It's stepping into your power. All right, we talked about the circles of trust. It suggested like having an outer ring for everybody, a middle tier, and then this core inner circle, which I don't think we're close to building the core yet, but I am working on that middle tier. Um, this fusion and co-opting thing, let me touch on this real briefly. They say new collaborators or charismatic personalities can quickly shift the culture of a space if they're given too much influence too fast. And on my channel, I tend to let people take as much influence as people are willing to give because that's part of the creative process to me. I don't like to interfere with that. So if someone comes here and takes and takes and takes attention and influence and everyone's just giving, I just sit there and watch it. I don't like at what point do I interfere? I don't know where to step in. So it says protect the voice of your community from being hijacked. This is good. I like that because we do have a particular voice here, I think, that's unique. Maybe if not in YouTube, although I'd love to find other channels like mine, but definitely in the panelverse. And when people come here and do all that other stuff, they are actually hijacking our voice. That is our power. I like that. I'm gonna think about that. Help me remember this. Don't come over here and start taking our voice. It says no one represents the community's mission or message except you and use it unless you've explicitly delegated that trust over time. And there are people here and I call them out every time and I try to give them their credit that I feel represent the values that I'm trying to foster here. Represent consistently over time, over months, some of you years of coming here have consistently shown up. Maybe I should do my own panel awards. Have consistently shown up modeling and living out the values that I think are healthy that I'm trying to promote here. And so there are some people here independently of me, because this is a community. This is not a cult. It's not just me that do I would say that I would extend this representation to, that I would feel comfortable like saying yes, they are part of the brand. It says keeping brand identity, creative direction, and philosophical tone in my hands until someone has earned the authority by action and alignment, not just passion. There has to be action behind the passion, and the action has to reflect alignment with these specific values. Um, Truth, virtue, creativity, fun. I forgot what that fifth one was. Um, oh yeah, network, peer support, community, connection. That. Those are the five main core values here. And to close, it says protect the fire, not the crowd. It's okay if your community grows slower because of stronger filters. You're not trying to build a big space, you're trying to build a real one. The wrong people make the right people leave. The ones who stick around through accountability and boundaries are your foundation. That is who I owe my loyalty to. And I talked earlier about the people that have been stepping up lately, consistently, and bringing really amazing stuff. That is the new core that's forming. It is all of you people. And so you are where I want to direct my commitment, my efforts, my collaboration. You are the people I want to start building with. And so thank you. I have a bunch of more topics. There's one on brotherhood, the concept of brotherhood, and trying to build that here that I think is really excellent. But I might save that for a stream later today. And then I have another cool topic after that. I'm going to drop the link. Oh my God, Hank. Um, Not often, when I have a reason to, and if I'm invited, I will go. I guess I do free paid speaking now. So if you want to schedule me for a panel, I'll do it for free. I just have to. It has to be a specific reason for me to be there. I would like to find more panels that are like in line with what I'm trying to do. I just don't know where to go. There are some panels that are Moose every now and then when he does a panel. I would go on his. Um, I went, believe it or not, Vegas Valleys. I would go on. So yes, the answer is yes, but it's very conditional. Well, Waffle, we're working on ways to vet that trust. That's what some of this is about, and I'm optimistic. I know it, IG. I wouldn't want it any other way. Hello, Carrie. Yeah, we all do. Are you talking about with setting them, like setting them too strongly and driving people away, or not being able to set them strongly enough? Hey, Plaz. Wow, I look. The gang's all here. I wasn't even looking at comments, so it must have been YouTube. I'm just now getting to them. All right, it looks like that's all of them. Oh, wow. Okay, y'all, there's so much exciting stuff happening behind the scenes as we speak. I can't even. I'm in that double reality right now. I'm in the dreaming and the dreaming. Hey, Prairie. Oh, Link, right? Okay. And then I might play some more piss music for you from Frank and get a refill. And then we'll have us a panel. Ta-da. All right, let's see if Frank dropped anything while it was hot. Ah! Oh my God! Did he ever? Y'all. Y'all not ready for this? I'm not ready for this. All right, our first intermission. Piss music, courtesy of Frank. please enjoy the latest finger licking gospel. Look at that. That is exactly the vibe we're going for here. All right, I'm going to go mute and I'll be back.
Can I get a witness? Hallelujah. Finger licking praise.
Oh, we sing it loud.
Kentucky Fried Joy.
Got me lifted from the ground.
Finger licking good.
But we shout it to the sky.
Bless this little bucket. Hallelujah, my oh my. Walked in weary, long day on my shoes. Mama said there's comfort in a savory groove. Steam on the lid, golden on the skin. One bite of mercy, feel the praise begin. From the first crunch to the last sweet crumb, hearts get lighter and the church bells hum. We pass the plate, we share the bread, but tonight we testify for that chicken instead. Oh, glory, taste and see.
Taste and see.
Oh, finger in praise. Oh, we sing it loud.
Roll it out.
Kentucky Fried Joy got me lifted off the ground.
Finger.
Finger licking good, Lord. We shouted to the sky. Bless this little bucket. Hallelujah, my oh my. Who's got the drumsticks? I do, I'm holding tight. Spice like a sermon, gravy is out of sight. Family round the table, praying through the light. Sweet tea pouring, cornbread by the side. We clap, we stomp, we feel that joy inside. A holy hush falls, then the choir lifts. We give thanks for simple, blessed gifts. Oh, the crunch, like the chord of a hymn.
Everybody blessing every plate a win.
Raise your hands if you feel that good.
Raise them up like we know we should.
Is it good? It's finger licking good. Do you love it? We do, Lord, we do. Finger licking praise, echo through the hood. Kentucky Fried Mercy, oh, it's finger licking good. From the church pew to the corner stand, we lift this blessing.
Now they got Cane's chicken fingers. Come on, IG, you telling on yourself. But I got my waffles, chicken and waffles. Moose, you still have those KFC connections? I think we got a future. This is the best waffle. Oh, waffle, look, hey. Chicken and waffleette. I would think that's racist.
Go on now, bring a bucket home.
Hook 'em up with Frank. Where's,
Bring a bucket home.
why is it featuring the get you holy gravy?
Go on now,
Hang on, my StreamYard's
bring a
messing up.
bucket home. bring a bucket
Hook them up with Frank
home.
and get a good contract lawyer. You're gonna need a good one with him, and get us our cut. There's something in it for everybody. I think move over, Colonel Sanders. I think we got the new face of KFC, and it is a chicken-eating monkey. I'm telling you, Cane's is delicious. It's just straight, and it's at least try it. At least give Cane's a try. It's taken over like Waffle. He's the richest person. He's a billionaire from selling chicken strips. I don't know what's going on with my StreamYard. It's not letting me put comments or leave. There's a really big lag. My God, there was an internet outage. The whole thing. Are y'all? Am I still here? I guess so. What? What is that? Oh, is that jealousy? No, they're everywhere now. They're even getting one up here. If Washington State is getting one, there's not one. There's one by you is not far behind. And it's just strips. You just go through the drive-through and you tell them what size pack of strips you want, and then they have all the different sauces. That's the draw. Is all the different flavors of dipping sauces you can put them in. Yeah, I'm a big Popeyes is pretty good. And growing up, they had churches. I don't know if they still have those. See, we switched from personal growth to chicken, which is good. I think chicken talk is healthy. Well, you just sound like a miserable person with a miserable life, IG, if you can't appreciate a good strip of chicken. Don't be like Frank. I know his music is inspirational, but don't go in that direction with it. Well, I could always okay. Hang on. I have a viewer question. Hang on. All right, I'm back. Yeah, like with the wrench thing, I took all the wrenches back. Nobody has a wrench. I can do most of the moderating on my own. There hasn't really been a big need for moderation ever since the drama people left. And so with all the chaos that was happening and the disintegration and everything, I just said, let me just take all the power back. And then if I need to down the road bring in some wrenches, I'll find a way to do it then. And so that's what that's about. It wasn't personal to anybody. I snatched all the wrenches at the same time. Oh wow. Well, no wonder you're so discerning. I mean, we can't knock them completely because A, we enjoyed a lot of it ourselves, and I mean, they have the right to do their thing. A lot of them are part of this community, so it's just not. It's that drama gravity thing. It's the way it. If drama's fine if you're not trying to go a particular place, but if you're trying to go a particular place, then it's that drag that pulls you away from where you're trying to go. And so it's only really becomes a problem when you decide to change direction, and then it starts to interfere. It becomes an antagonist. No, I would probably not ever give you a wrench. Have you had a wrench before? Speaking of wrenches, we got somebody in the back. Hopefully somebody coming up to talk about personal growth or chicken.
I just bought chicken.
You did? Like
Yeah.
like grocery store chicken? Oh,
Yeah,
you're gonna
all
cook?
thin sliced breast for chicken stir fry.
Oh, nice.
I've been doing stir fries lately, eating healthy,
Okay.
cooking it in olive
Are
oil.
you on a new leaf kick too?
New leaf. Come on, Jeff.
What you? I mean, you try, every now and then you try to.
No, I don't.
You do. You stop drinking for a
See, now
while. You started
no,
working out.
I'm probably gonna break that. Well, I've always worked out on and off.
Yeah,
Last
you
year
have.
I worked out longer, then I stopped, and then I had to get off Suboxone and all that other shit, and then I quit smoking like 6 months ago, and then started getting back into working out the beginning of August, and now today my daughter's getting married.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
they spun this shit on me last Sunday because Stan says, "Hey, they're getting married." I said, "No, it's a joke." They were gonna go to the town hall and have like a small thing.
Is
So
this
I
a
thought,
daughter that lives with you, or she has her own?
no. She don't live with me.
Oh, okay. Are you going? Are
No,
they having a ceremony?
of course I'm going. I'm gonna walk it out, dude. Well, this is what it was
Oh,
supposed to be. They were gonna go to this place called Cathedral Ledge, right? But the wind's blowing. That's on top of a mountain and all this other shit. So I talked to a good friend of mine. He's letting me use his bar that he has. So, and now all of a sudden, it was just us. We're gonna do a small thing, go out to eat. Now there's a bunch of people coming up from Massachusetts, Rhode Island, dude. It's like, what the fuck?
that's
So
pretty
I've been
impressive.
scrambling. I've been scrambling all morning because this little tiny thing is now blowing up to, there's a justice of the peace coming out there. You're gonna marry him. Girls are getting ready. I mean, yes, of course I raised all my kids, but she's moved out. She moved out a few years ago when she turned 18. They've been living together for 4 years now, and they decided in the course of a weekend that they're gonna get married. So Monday, when her boyfriend, who is kind of like my apprentice, has been for the last few years, didn't show up in the morning, I was like, oh shit, this might not be a joke. So I called and said, hey, what's going on? And told me what they were doing. So I had them come over later that night. At first, it was a big screaming match. We all started flipping out. And then, we ended up accepting it, saying, hey, if they had only known each other a couple months, then it would have been different. I'd have been dead set against it. But, they pretty
How,
much, in 3 or 4 years, a good chunk of time to get to know somebody. So,
and how do you get along with him pretty well?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, dude, I love the kid. I think of him like a son. At first, I didn't. At the very beginning, I didn't. I set out on a mission to be the biggest asshole to him at all. I
Well, you were
was.
testing him. You had to vet him.
Yeah, but I put this kid through hell in the beginning,
Well,
thinking I'd
good.
break
He
him,
got
get him out of the
some good
picture
vetting.
soon. But no, it didn't work out. So I welcomed him to the family. No, we're gonna be
What
rolling
that's
out.
what turned you around when all your tricks stopped working, or did you come around in your own feeling about him?
Well, he proved himself. Like you don't understand the work we do, and there's certain things that is just extremely physically demanding, extreme like shit, like the shit end of the stick, if you would. And I made sure he had the worst fucking jobs in the beginning. I was always yelling, screaming at him, fucking flipping out on him, shit like that.
Oh, but so
Yeah.
he worked for you. I could see you as a boss doing that.
Well, I
It'd be
was,
kind of cool to work for Doc.
but once he came around, we've been celebrating every holiday. They're always here, all the time. I got them their job. I got them their car. I mean, I didn't pay for it on, but I put them in touch with the right people. So I've been involved. I see them both every single day, even my daughter. So this is going to be a little something. And I told them, at the end of Monday, I said, make sure you take care of my girl. That's it. So I'm going to be going there today. That's why I put on the thing. Look, I'm on my 30-day no alcohol trial. And I'm not trying to quit. Everybody gets this all fucked up. I'm just doing it to see if my workout gains. Because everybody knows, dude.
What? Look at that. How many days are you in? What day are you
uh,
on?
today's day 6. But I'm going to have a toast. So,
I was gonna say because it's a
yeah.
wedding reception.
Yeah, exactly. And
I'm
that's why I
pretty
say they
confident.
sprung this shit. Oh, I've been bitching at them all week, trying to get them to push it off. But, yeah, my daughter is stubborn. My daughter is stubborn as hell. She takes after me in a big, big way. And it's not easy dealing with somebody that's just like you, dude.
What?
So,
How do you deal with stuff? That is a good topic because that's been coming up late. How do you deal with stubborn people? For those that are not stubborn, because I'm the same way. I'm stubborn.
well, it depends. It definitely depends. If it's somebody that's a higher rank than you, really not much you can do. If there's somebody that's a lesser rank than you, then you just, hey, sorry, but it's this way. Now, if it's a significant other, sometimes you got to bend. I mean, what happens to a tree if it don't bend? It breaks, right? Right? Well, sometimes there's a lot of give and take. Sometimes you got to, even if you don't want to, sometimes you got to acquiesce to the other party, sometimes, you know. So that's how I deal with it. Before, when I was younger, dude, I don't even want to tell you how I dealt with that shit. But
Ooh,
today, in my older years, you
it's
know,
just
I,
easier to
I well,
go with it.
I try to be very diplomatic in a lot of my things, until I'm just at the point where it's like, nope, fuck this. This is, when I put my foot down. Very rarely do I do that lately, though. It's just I find that putting myself in the other person's shoes helps me look at their point of view. So it is what it is. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's like uh, I don't like to have to acquiesce, if you will, certain times, but sometimes you have to.
Yeah, I don't either because I feel like I'm betraying my value. I'm betraying my own self. I'm not
Well, it
standing
depends.
by.
It depends, right? Now, if it's like something that is going to go against you morally, then no. I mean, of course not.
So it's like the smaller things you could bend on, but not you don't necessarily have
Yeah, I
to on the
think so.
important things.
Like if
Okay, I
Christine's
could.
bitching at me like she wants Chipotle, I'm dead set against Chipotle, you know, but I'll let her have that victory. I mean, then we're enemies.
Okay,
Is
yeah,
what it is.
I can do the little things like
It's
that.
shit
I
like
see
that.
what you're saying. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know what context you're trying to use it in, you know, because I really don't have that much pushback. I mean, my family pretty much knows I'm the patriarch.
Well, that exactly that. When you have to draw a boundary, when you have to be the daddy and set a boundary, and then you become the bad guy because you've ruined everybody's fun by drawing a boundary or whatever.
Oh,
That
I'm the
kind of
bad guy
stuff.
constantly, constantly.
You just live
Oh,
with it, and then you become stubborn. Well, you can change it if you want. You're just being stubborn.
well, it's like a perfect example, you know. Uh, Me and my daughter will get into a screaming match. She'll storm out, leave, won't answer the phone, but later that night, she'll say, "I love you, Dad." You know, so it's like there's things that, you know, is going to be like that. Nobody's ever going to be happy with you 100% of the time,
Hmm.
you know, but you need to understand it's like, well, you know, I mean, you might not be happy with me now, but as you get older and more mature, you will see, you know, you'll understand. You'll know why I said this or did that. A lot of times, too, the younger, I notice this generation, they don't want to listen to people that have been through the shit. And sometimes they just need to find out for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So you could talk to your blue in the
I,
fucking face. It's just all part of it, my man. You know? It's just all
wow,
part of it.
that was good.
Fucking Warpletty, dude. What are you doing here, Warpletty, you prick? Don't trust that guy. He's one of these Italians.
I don't trust any of the Italians.
I don't trust like that. Fuck Italians.
But honestly, the Italians honestly have been some of the most reliable people around, actually.
Dude, Italians. Hey, if you
Yeah,
say
all the
so.
Guidos. Steadfast, right? Steadfast. It's the what he's talking about. The children see it as stubborn, but when
Yeah,
they get that maturity, they're gonna start seeing it as steadfast. They're gonna learn the difference between steadfast and stubborn. But that's not. I can't teach them that by changing what I do. They have to learn it as they mature.
exactly. Like what Internet God said, I'm not stubborn. I'm steadfast. But these other people are stubborn. Like they're not going to change for shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to give you no
Yeah, I mean, I don't
example.
expect people to change. Like that's who they are. People don't become something that they're not already are.
Well, careful with that, Jeff, because a lot of times it's not how people are. It's that people have their guard up constantly, and it's what people want you to think. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that like when that guard slips and their real self comes out, which happens a lot, is that the real person?
It's hard to tell, man. People wear many, many masks. See, people aren't like
Yes.
me. Like I get. See, what happened to me was right. Like you happen. I happened at the beginning of the summer. I happened to hit a phase where it was just. I was tired of hiding shit. I was tired of wearing masks. I was tired of fucking coming out here. And then I started thinking, fuck what these people think. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna fucking spout out with this shit. You know, which I don't recommend people do, but that's what I did. Now, if we're sitting out and chilling outside of YouTube, am I going to talk to you exactly like I'm talking to you now? Yes. That's me, though. But that's not
Yeah, I
everybody.
feel that. I feel like you're genuine. That's what I would get in
But
person.
but that's not, well, I'm just awesome.
That's
I'm
not
just
what?
kidding. Well, that's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people don't, though. A lot of people will come out here, right? They'll fucking pretend they're a certain way. They're big bad, they're killers, they're you know, all this shit, right? Thinking
Yeah.
that they're impressing all these fucking people. In reality, though, they're the biggest pussies you ever met. Now, why would they do that? Why? Because they're scared. Because they're very fear. They have a fear that's ingrained with them that they carry everywhere. They can never let the mask slip. What you think of
That's
them is
what narcissists, they have that emptiness inside, and they have to constantly have that image reflected back to them to cover it up. Otherwise, they fall into this void of nothingness.
look at it this way, right? Like, would you look at going to prison? And I'm not shitting on nobody. This is just an indirect thing. But you personally, if you ever went, and I'm not asking if you went, I don't care if you went,
I
but
don't know.
if
I
you
think I
ever
could.
went, if you ever went to prison, would you be out here like saying vocally that it's a badge of honor? Do you look at that as a badge of honor? No, you look at it as a fuck up. You look at it as a mistake, right? I mean, most normal people would. I fucked up. I ended up here, right?
I get. I don't know. It might be a badge of honor if I survive and come out alive. I might feel like I accomplished something.
But just the
But
fact
but
that you
yeah,
were
in general, it's not something most people would be proud of.
right. And then, right, to come out and every single day, the only thing you ever talk about is how many people you beat up, how many people you shanked, how many people you fucking did this horrible shit to. Would you look at that as a badge of honor?
No, I wouldn't.
Right, of course. Most people fucking wouldn't. Most
But
people
but
would like
some
to keep that
cultures
shit
would.
buried. What culture would, though? What culture? What culture would think that that's like what, a barbarian?
The gang culture, the crime culture, the mob culture.
But if you
The
look at these fucking gang cultures, right, all the old timers, how many times you see them up there like, I totally regret this, I wasted my whole fucking life? And how many of them gang members were forced into that shit just because they lived in a certain neighborhood or their family was involved? They didn't want to be there. Most of them didn't want to be there. But you have people that are almost middle-aged men, some are older, and they're bragging about this shit like people actually think this is cool. Normal people don't think criminals are cool. I just,
No, I don't either. But America has kind of always had a tradition of glamorizing the outlaw, like
maybe the
the
outlaws.
cowboy movies, and then you have the biker movies, like the Wild Ones and Rebel Without a Cause and all that. So and the gangster, the what do you call it? Like the not the shoot 'em up gangster, but the Al Capone type gangster in movies and stuff. They always get glamorized as heroes by some
Al
segment.
Capone murdered 40 people. His organization murdered over 400.
There's even people like the that Luigi guy that killed that CEO and stuff. People glamorize people like that
Yeah,
as
because they're sick
heroes.
in their head.
Yeah, I agree. Glamorizing criminals is not pro-social. It's they're nobody I want to build a community with.
It's like,
But
listen, if you take somebody's life, right? It's like the worst, absolute worst thing you can do, right? I mean, there's other shit that's like right up there with it, like any type of offense towards a child, any type of shit like that, right? But murder is generally that's it. That's the end of it. You take everything somebody ever was, you take everything somebody's gonna be, right? Like you just end their fucking life. Now, there's people that brag about shit like that, like this
to
is
me,
some kind of
that's sociopaths. Like that's not normal people.
to me, it's fake fucks that are cowards. Like I heard Angel the other night, right? I love Angel to death. That's my dude. I know you don't get along with him, but he's a good dude. When I can make it
I
to his
still I
shit, I do,
just
right?
don't like it.
He says he was talking about Mike Cerrone, right? And like I know
See,
what's
this
new,
is
right?
drama gravity, y'all. We're watching it in action. That's what I'm
Gravity.
talking about.
Watching
But
in
go
real
ahead,
time.
because there's a little bit of wisdom mixed in it. We might learn from it.
Well, what I'm saying is, right, Angel, and I love Angel. I'm not shitting on him, and I would tell this to him, like say, but he was absolutely wrong in his. He was saying Mike Cerrone wouldn't have the balls to shoot somebody. It doesn't take balls to shoot somebody. It's the absolute opposite. It takes no balls to shoot somebody. All it takes is a fucking finger to shoot somebody.
But
That's
you for normal people with a conscience, you have to overcome something internal. I would, in order to pull the trigger on somebody, I would have this big moral battle inside of me that I would have to overcome to do it with a clear conscience.
I'm
But a
just saying.
sociopath would just do it like he drinks a glass of water. Not even a big deal.
I'm just saying, like fucking walking up to somebody, pulling out a gun, and firing a shot
But
into your head.
also, like the advertisers on YouTube, I think this is veering into that
All
territory
right, I
where they
won't. All right,
start to
so
get like the
like,
graphic violence, and
so
people
you know the
love to talk
topic.
about violence on here for some reason.
No, I'm just saying. So you know the topic, right? But all I'm trying to say is, it doesn't take any type of courage. It doesn't take any type of skill. It doesn't take any type of strategy to do that to somebody. It takes one finger. It takes a squeeze of the.
If you're a certain type of person that can do it with that ease, but I think a lot of people, it is not that easy. Even if all it takes is a finger pull, that's a hard finger pull to make.
Well, see, this is where I'm going to agree to disagree with you, because I do see what you're saying. Like, a person might stand there and be like, "Oh, I can't do it," but I'm telling you, it is very, very easy to just squeeze something. It's a lot more difficult to stand there toe to toe with somebody, getting hit, hitting back, moving, hitting, striking, getting out of the way, ending up on the ground with
Well, in
somebody.
self-defense, maybe, yeah, it would be easy to squeeze. I'm talking about like the the type I thought you were talking about when you started this conversation.
Well, then why is it so many people, instead of just having an old, because back in the day, right, we threw hands. That's what we did. We didn't run and grab, you know, weapons and stuff like that. We threw hands. Whoever won, most of the time after it was over, we stood up and shook hands.
Like Fight Club.
Well, I'm not saying like Fight Club, just,
Oh.
you get into a scrap with somebody. It was much more, then around the 90s. I mean, it was even happening in the 80s, but not as prevalent. But in the 90s, that was the first thing. Nobody threw hands anymore. It was the first argument, the first time somebody got on somebody's nerves. It was, I'm gonna off you. That's what
Yeah,
it
I think
turned
that's
into.
very immature. That's some
And you
psychopathology
know
in
why
that
that
way.
is, though? You know why that is? Because people are scared to get a black eye. People are scared to get their lip busted. People are scared to have to fucking actually move
So it's
around.
easy. It's easier to risk a murder rap than to get a black eye.
Why do you think that crime is exploding? Because you have cowards running around trying to prove they're tough. If they can't fight or if they're too scared to fight, what's the next option? What's the next option? They can't let people think they're a puss, so they can't let it go, but they can't
Can
fight
they
either.
just not get involved in any of that to begin with? Like
Yeah,
just
but they don't
stay
think
at
like that,
school
dude.
and these are the
I mean,
people that
yeah,
fall
my
through the
kids stay in school.
cracks.
My kids stay in school, but I'm saying it's even, dude, you have people running around here in their mid to late 30s, 40s, still running this same shit. They're not gonna fight. They're not gonna
Yeah, it seems regressive. It seems child like juvenile, like something adults would grow out of.
Yeah, yeah, regular people do. But if you're sitting there, right, and you're living in a movie, you're actually living in a movie, like you're really living in a movie, dude. You got something wrong upstairs. You abandon your whole family, a whole real life, and then you come on here and brag about a fake life. There's something wrong with you upstairs.
We're all. This is a fake. We're all. This is a fake life for everybody. We're all fake
How's
lives
this
over
fake?
here.
Why is this fake? Why does it have to be fake? What's fake about you sitting in your room right now? What's fake about me sitting here getting ready to go to my daughter's wedding? What's fake about that?
Well, that part, but that's not where the interaction's happening. It's happening in its own space. Like we're not in person. I'm not hanging out at your house. You don't have a physical reality to me. It's this. It we use mostly our imaginations on here.
How? How do we use our imaginations? What are we imagining right now?
We're imagining the stories people are telling us because we have
Most
no
of
way
the
to see
time,
them in real life. We're imagining the people themselves when they don't actually come on camera. We have to put together an imaginary picture of who they are. So there's much more imagination involved here than in real life, where it's all filled in for you because it's based on real world sensory
so
experience.
so the fact of that we're talking right now, right? We're having a conversation. I mean, and it's not like, yo, plastic African salute. Thanks for that, man. So I mean, we're not having a fake conversation. We're just having a conversation of how we think of this stuff. I mean, I could be wrong. You're probably
And the
wrong.
conversation's real. And the conversation's the same as if I was at your house, we were having it. So
So
that
how's
part
it
is
fake
not
though?
imaginary. But the stuff we're talking about and referring to, I don't have a way to make a picture of your daughter and the wedding and the town. I have to imagine all that in my
Oh no,
head.
no, no. I'm gonna do some shorts and stuff later, but what I'm saying is like that right there, right? Look at it like this. When I come on live, right? Hey, salute,
Welcome,
man. Good morning.
welcome, Hebrew.
When I come on live and I'm doing my live, not one of your lives, but I'm doing my live, right? And I'm sitting there. No, Wolf Lady, you don't get it. You take it way too seriously. Just like when I posted about the wife beater, dude. That was a joke. But you think that I'm really trying to prove the shit to these people. I'm not. You guys were thinking that before. Oh, why do you got to say it? I do shit because I just do it. I just do it. If people want to believe it or not, they don't have to. If people don't want to rock with me or not, they don't have to. But when I'm sitting there and I'm having some drinks and I'm laughing my fucking ass off, making jokes, that's pretty fucking real. There's nothing fake about that. Having a good time. That was it. That was how it was supposed to be. But then you have people that come up, and they want to sit here and act like, oh, this is the end all be all. If somebody says something about me, I have to obsess over it, read every comment. No, I don't.
I don't understand that the words of the internet thing is these are grown men.
Oh, that's what Wolf
They're
Letty.
fighting wars over something a stranger on the internet typed in a chat.
Well, that's what Wolf Letty.
What is that modeling to people?
I love the guy to death, but there's an asshole that runs around here, right? I'm his new target, but Wolf Letty was his target. Every time
Buffalo's not targeting you, I don't think.
I'm not saying he's targeting me. You're not listening. You better put the antlers back on, Jeff.
You said you were his new target. Did you just
No, I did not say that. You didn't hear me.
Okay.
I said there was a guy running around here, right? He still runs around here. And he had targeted Wolf Letty for some reason, right?
Oh, okay.
Every time. Now the guy targets me. Not Wolf Letty's not targeting me.
Oh, you're this guy's new target.
Wolf Letty just thinks that, I'm some raging drunk. I don't understand how this goes and all this other shit, right? And I just laugh right back at it, right? Not saying I don't like the guy. I do like him. But so we got this dick sucker, right, who runs around. And he starts calling Wolf Letty a name, right? Wolf Letty fucking was pissed. And I don't blame him for being pissed. He was calling him a horrible name. But see,
it's just a word.
Right, well.
People call me names all the time.
It was more like it was more like slander. It was more like slander. You know what I'm saying? It was more like slander.
I think y'all all need to grow up and get thicker skin.
But the thing is, right? See, he's the type of guy, and again, no shade on him, but he's the type of guy that if somebody puts something about him, he's gonna flip the fuck out. He's going to war with that person. He don't want to be around him. You know what I'm saying? I get it. See, if somebody, which the guy's doing that shit to me now. He's talking all this shit. He's going to ruin my life.
This feels like drama gravity.
Hold on,
drama from another channel.
No, I'm giving you an example. So the guy's doing the same thing to me. You know what I do? I block him. And when he tries tagging me, I delete his tags. I don't even go over there to see what the worthless bastard has to say.
That's what I do. I ignore people. I ignore my haters. I don't even pay attention to them.
I like to have fun with it now. People saying I'm wearing an extra small beater. To me, that's a golden reason to be able to get a pump on and tear the old shirt off. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they don't understand. He's like, oh, they'll have you looking in your fridge. No, they won't, because I'm trying to give it right back. But they don't understand what I'm doing.
But who cares? Do your thing. Who cares what they understand? That's not even your audience. Or is it? Is that your audience? Hey, Hebrew, welcome.
What's up?
What's up?
Wolf Letty's good people. Wolf Letty, I'm going to tell myself nothing, dude. You lost your shit for fucking over 2 years over that, dude. And you know exactly who I'm talking about.
This is that drama I'm trying to keep off.
Drama. No, it's not drama.
It is.
It's not drama. It's just people thinking they know people, and they really don't. They really don't.
Well, that's what I was saying on here, because there's no way to really know people. It's all whatever we imagine.
Yeah, but you know that people, right?
Hebrew, come back.
Yeah, come back, Hebrew. I'm out of here in like 30 seconds. So right, of what you see of people, right? Right? If somebody lies to you, like when Mike comes up. Yeah,
but I only see what he shows on here. I don't see what he says on other channels.
Right, and a lot of times, like, he's fucking with you. He's doing his circle shit, whatever, right? And sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not, right? But if it ever came to some negative shit, what are you going to do? You're going to ignore it, right?
It depends on how negative. I had to drop him from the panel the other day because it
All
got
right.
too negative.
All right. Well, Fletty, Jeff is all yours. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, man. Hey, look, it was a good talk. I got to get out of here.
You
I got to
too,
go.
Doc. I hope it's a good day for you.
Yeah, I'll throw you guys a couple of shorts. You guys come up, laugh, fucking joke. I'm not going to put the whole thing on live because my daughter would kill me if I did that. She hates this YouTube shit. So,
Well, go be a proud father.
yeah, man, I can't wait. The time's getting on. I got to go take care of a couple things. But you have a good day, man. Vic's going to be going live later if you want to go stop over there. I don't know when, but later. I don't think I can make it. But salute to everybody. Classic African, the Wafleti, the legend, the Don. Salute. Moose, later. Hebrew, salute. I'm out of here, man. Take it easy.
Take care, Doc. All right. That's always a treat. Hebrew. I didn't mean to bump you. That's what the AI was talking about. Like the drama doesn't leave room for the stuff that I want on here, and you are the stuff I want on here. Yes, we get a lot of those around here. I love characters though. Growing up in Louisiana's full of characters, especially New Orleans. So I love characters. I grew up around a lot of characters. In fact, believe it or not, back home, I'm the quiet one. I'm like I'm the nerdy one that's always quiet and reading a book or watching TV or listening to music. The people down there are way more talkative and wild and much more personality. But then if I come in an environment like up here where everything's kind of subdued, I become the wild, crazy one with the big personality. All right. Well, I hope Hebrew comes back or somebody. In the meantime, we might be able to do another round of P music. Let me pull it up. Or I could do my brotherhood topic. All right, Frank, what you got for us? You're not pumping out this stuff fast enough. Spanish cow? Oh, I think we heard that one. Screeching cow and chicken. I don't know if I want to do that to y'all. Let me get a sample of it. Oh, I think this is good. You'll enjoy this one. All right. Enjoy. This portion of the segment is sponsored by our resident ape, Frank. Please enjoy his usually soulful stylings of the gay chicken.
Brown chicken, brown cow. Brown chicken, brown cow. Brown chicken, brown cow. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's sexy, sexy time. Sexy, sexy time. Sexy, sexy time. chicken. Round cow!
Mm. You like it? I hate compliment. I hate telling Frank anything that's gonna inflate his head any bigger than it is. But I'm kind of impressed with what he's doing. I didn't expect this silly little cow and chicken meme to be so rich and fertile. All right, what are we doing next? Because I have several topics I'm trying to get out this weekend. I don't necessarily need them on separate streams. I could all put them on this stream. I just want to get them archived. I can clip them and split them up later if I need to. Let me see. Oh wow, I liked it. It's one on brotherhood, like reframing the community building as brotherhood. And it says you could sum it up as brotherhood here doesn't mean losing yourself in the group. It means standing beside other men who are finding themselves too. I like that. Let's see what it has to say about brotherhood. Brohood. What brotherhood really means. Let's see, when you talk about men's work and community, the word brotherhood carries both deep promise and real risk. At its best, brotherhood is about shared struggle, mutual respect, and earned trust. Yes, I've talked about the respect and trust and how important, like how sacred I consider that, and look for people that can also see the value in that. True brotherhood forms not because men agree on everything, but because they've been through something together and they have seen each other's character under pressure. Yes, that's what these crises do. They reveal ourselves to ourselves and to each other. It's built on three things: loyalty through honesty, not blind loyalty, but the kind that's strong enough to confront and call out bullshit when it's needed. Because you're like, people that are enabling you and telling you what you want to hear are holding back from telling you something they really want to tell you. They're enabling you. They are not helping you to grow. They are not there to support development and becoming more of who you are or better than who you are. They are there to keep you where they want you. They have you in a certain place, and if they keep telling you the right things, then you will stay in that place where they have you. Because they get something out of having you in that place as well. But that's enabling, that's not helping somebody to grow. Helping somebody to grow is telling them the difficult stuff. Not, I hate it when people spare my feelings. I really do, because I know I'm not getting the full message when they do that. I know they're shifting it just a little bit. I can handle my own feelings. I get insulted when people try to take that role from me and babysit them for me. They're my feelings. Let me handle them. Just say what you need to say. Don't worry about the feelings. Just say the raw, direct thing you need to say. That's what I'm going to get the most out of. And that's what I try to give to other people. Mutual responsibility. We watch each other's backs, but we also hold each other accountable. I'm very lukewarm on this accountability thing because I don't really feel like people are accountable to me. They don't have to justify or explain to me their decisions. They're grown adults. They don't answer to me. But at the same time, when you're trying to build something together, there's kind of a we're all expected to do our parts, and we need to have a way to make sure that when someone's not doing their part, that we can talk about that. And so maybe that's what accountability can be. Just a part of it's really a form of communication. It's just a very honest, raw, direct form of communication about a specific issue or observation. And the third one is purpose, which is something larger than our individual egos. The work we're doing, a mission, a fire we're trying to keep alive, etc. But there's some common goal that ties us together above and beyond just our personalities or even our shared experience. Without that, brotherhood becomes just another word for a clique or a cult. Warm on the surface, but built on dependence and not integrity. Yeah, I agree too. Like I don't, even as a peer counselor, I don't do my clients' work for them. They have to do the work themselves, and if they're not doing it, I don't work harder than the client. If the client's not putting the effort into it, I'm going to pull back on I'm not going to put a lot of effort into the client. If the client is gung ho and ready to do all kind of work, I am going to put all of myself into this client. But they are the ones that are going to have to actually I can't do the growth for them. I can't do the learning for them. I can just help them find opportunities or create opportunities to do it and kind of be there as that support and maybe guide them through some of it or tell them what I would do or tell them what I've done in the past, except but they have to build that within themselves. Let's see, the shadow side of brotherhood. Ooh, this should be interesting. Is fusion. When the bond becomes about belonging rather than truth. It's when men start defending bad behavior because he's my brother. Oh, right. When people look out for their people, their boys, their bros, even when the bros are not earning it or are acting in a way that is not in line with the values that's supposed to tie them together. Or when one charismatic personality begins to dominate, pulling others into the orbit. Yes. Stronger personalities are probably always going to pull in weaker ones. And I see that happen. And I'm just not that weak of a personality, so it usually doesn't work on me. Plus, I have the autism, the rigidity, the stubbornness. That saves me too. This is where loyalty replaces judgment and men lose their individuality inside of the group identity. It's not brotherhood, it's emotional codependence dressed up as loyalty. So that's another one of those flags, I guess, where we try to identify real brotherhood from this stuff and have a replacement, like a better replacement version when we find it. Your project has the opportunity to model a new kind of brotherhood. I could make that a stream title, a new kind of brotherhood. One that balances connection with sovereignty. The men in your space aren't there to fuse into one collective ego or to worship a leader. God, I hope not. They're there to witness each other's truth, even the messy parts, and help each other to grow through honest reflection. I like that. This means respecting each man's agency and boundaries. I like that too. I think when a person sets a boundary for themselves, not for you, but for themselves. When they say, this is a line for me, this is a limit, this is what I'm willing to tolerate, this is what I'm not, this is acceptable to me, this is not, that is drawing a boundary for that person's self. It's not drawing a boundary on you, it's telling you what that person's going to stick around for. Valuing candor over comfort. This is me. I like honesty. I don't care what it is you have to say. Please just give me the honest version of it. Don't worry about my comfort. Don't worry about protecting anything. I respect people that can tell me the hard truths, man to man. That's what I look for in communication. And the people that give me that, those are the ones that usually get my respect over others. Protect the circle from manipulation and chaos. Yes. Because if your interest is in protecting the chaos or the source of the chaos over the community, the flame, then there's some kind of competing value there. And understand that conflict, when done with integrity, is not a threat. It's how brotherhood deepens. I've talked about this so much on this channel, like how conflict is necessary to a healthy community, being able to grow through and weather conflict, and how conflict, if handled with the right approach, can be transformative. You can move through the conflict and come out changed or even improved by having gone through the conflict. And so I'm not conflict avoidant. And I think it's cultural. I think for some it's temperament, just personality type. But for some, I think it's also cultural. And some cultures see any sign of conflict as a negative, and they avoid it. And I don't. I'm not conflict avoidant at all. I see it as an opportunity to get stuff out, work things out, come to a resolution, cross a bridge, and move through something. So if somebody's ready to fight, let's get in that cage and get it on. I am ready for what's on the other side of this. I love to fight. When I say I love to fight, that's what I mean. I like to jump in that conflict and tear it up because there's some little nugget at the bottom of it that I'm trying to get to. So, not conflict avoidant, but facing conflict with skills to get the most out of it, and facing it as men with honesty, transparency, directness, courage, steadfastness. All right, let me look at comments. Yeah, not lost. That's a high quality mirror you have there. Where did you get it? Yeah. Yes, people defend because the people they're defending, like if you're a blind Trump loyalist, it's because he represents something to you psychologically. Your father, your childhood values, something you have invested in him as a symbol. Because Trump, you have no personal connection with Trump at all. There's no reason you should have put this much work into defending a total stranger. But he has representative value for you. Just like if you hear somebody talk about your mama or your family or your kid, you're going to immediately get knee-jerk defensive, even if what that person's saying might have some validity to it or some merit. Because they're talking about somebody you have this emotional connection with and that represents something to you. That person has meaning for you. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. Things that have meaning for us, we defend. Even against sometimes truth. Because truth and meaning are not the same thing, and they're not always aligned. Sometimes they're at their intention. Sometimes they're at odds. But, well, yes, it ruins things for people that are trying to do something other than that, but it's not ruining it for the people that are able to use that as a source of income because there is money in drama. And if you know how to mine the drama, there's a decent income to be made. And I have no criticism of that. I think at grown adults who, with open eyes, want to say, I'm here for the drama, I'm willing to pay for it, I enjoy it, this is the content I'm here to consume. I don't have any problem with that. I think that's fine. Adults can do that. It's the people that didn't sign on for the drama that try to stay away from. They're not at the drama channels, they're at other channels, but the drama is still gets in the way. Those people, I think, should not be enlisted into drama that they didn't come on here to see in the first place. And I don't have Trump direct. I never even liked Trump. I grew up in the 80s. Trump was this trashy, tacky, like celebrity wannabe, like D-list celebrity figure. He was kind of a lolcow. The shows would do spoofs of him and make fun of him. He wasn't somebody you looked up to or admired or respected. I gradually grew to do that, but I don't have blind loyalty to Trump. There's plenty of things he does that I think are idiotic, that I disagree with. Tylenol does not cause autism. I know that's not a Trump thing, but he stood behind it. He added his weight behind it. Dumb. I get accused of having biases, but I try to be really objective about people, even the ones I have an emotional connection with, because I try to break it down to observe to traits, behaviors, characteristics, qualities that we can all observe. So this is what the person said. This is what the person does. This is how the person comes across. This is the impression the person made. So we can point to specific things and talk about those things independent of bias. And that's what I try to do. I try to ground them in something empirical. So even if there's bias, the stuff that we're using to build the picture of the person is at least neutral stuff that we can all talk about. Like fact, I just call those facts. I want a MAGA hat so bad. There was a customer that came in the other day with a MAGA hat, like full blown bright red. It said "Make America Great Again." I'm like, damn, dude, I want to walk around in public with one of those. Oh, you mean not lost? That's another thing. Uh, uh, Ricardo, you hit the key. Like, if there's no other takeaway from this whole channel, please let it be this. Everything I am trying to present here, the whole reason I am trying to do it is because when you truly do it, it feels amazing. It feels good. This is not a chore. None of this stuff is supposed to be work. This stuff is supposed to take you to the next level of yourself. And when you grow into yourself, when you grow into the person that you are here to be, that is an amazing feeling. That moves you more into your power center. And so all of this stuff, if it's not feeling good, if you use it and you don't feel better about yourself and you don't feel good as a person doing it, then stop. Don't do any of it. This is all intended to be used because it works and it feels good to grow. It feels good to build community. It feels good to do the right thing. It feels good to live with the truth and not illusion. That's what underlies all of. That's the motivation for all of this. So if that's not there and it's not giving you that feeling, then don't do it. Maybe that is not the growth that you need. This is just one option of growth, one version of it. But I know when I do it, when I have several options and I want to do the option that's going to make me feel good in the moment and gratify that sense of injustice or that violated ego, that vanity. But then I can take some time to reflect and come up with other options that might be better long term. And I do those. I feel so I'm like I am so glad I didn't do the option that I was tempted to do, because this option I'm doing now is it feels more adult, mature, community oriented. It feels like it's doing a greater good beyond just myself. Like that's the feeling that comes when you pick the better option. Shift, good vibes. Speaking of good options, we got one right here. Happy November. A shift has already happened. We shifted from one month to another, and I don't know if y'all know this, stick around. We shifted into Scorpio a week or so ago, too. Y'all are in my territory now. Leo's going to have to step aside for a little bit. This is Scorpion season. I have another topic I want to do, which I could save. Take care, Waffle. Good seeing you. It's something I'm adapting from Northrop Frye, and I've actually mentioned it on the stream before. It's one of the ways he classifies literature, which is stories. And he has 5 modes that he classifies them into, kind of depending on the degree of power that each mode makes use of. Oh, it's this grain, it's bread. It's all kind of grains. I got it from the bakery section, so it's like the fresh loaf they put out every day. And it's good. I like it. There's plenty of Scorpios I do get along with, so I suspect it's a lot more than just that, and I've attempted to enumerate and articulate a lot of it. So it's not just that. There's a whole constellation of things. Yeah, seeded bread. That's it. And so all 5 of these modes are kind of ways that we see ourselves and other people. Mindsets, maybe, are ways of taking in experience. And they're kind of all on at all times, but we just one dominates at any given moment over another. And they kind of each have their own set of values and goals, and I wanted to present the 5 modes so we could start maybe becoming aware of those on here too. I'm trying to introduce a lot of information, but it's information that hopefully can help us to notice and start naming things we see on these panels and these streams, and then we can take that language and start using it to change some of those things, or create things that help us do what we want with the things that we're naming. Is that a good thing? Oh, it is a good thing. Because I do like buttered bread, but let me tell you about, we can have this debate. Hang on. My roommate leaves the butter out. He doesn't put it in the fridge, and that's so weird to me because we grew up, we even had a butter tray, a butter holder, specifically made for the fridge that you'd put in the door. It's so weird to me to not have the butter refrigerated. So the reason I don't use butter is because I'm scared to use butter that's left out. But he uses it all the time and he's fine. And for him it's completely normal. He's like, "Yeah, I've always left my butter out. It's weird to refrigerate butter." So if we had normal butter, there would be some on the bread, is my point. But and at the like the diners and stuff, they leave the butter out on the table. It's in those little pats wrapped up in the little bowls on the table. They don't refrigerate that. Sometimes it's all mushy. I don't even want to be in a position to have to test. Oh, the diner butter. To me, there's no substitute for real butter. Like that real the salted real butter is my go-to butter. Like there's you can't perfect butter. Whoever invented butter originally got it right the first time. There's nothing more to do with butter. Everything they've come up with after just plain salted real butter has never been as good as the actual butter. So that's a peak. That's peak production, peak perfection. And they do that with some movies too. At some point when you reach the peak, you don't have to fuck with it anymore. What is counter butter? Oh, so you do counter, but that's not weird to you? I don't know. I just can't bring myself to eat counter butter. Oh, well, let me tell you how confident I am then, because I didn't even notice I was eating. So take that confidence. I don't even need to be aware that I'm confident. I'm so confident. We're doing our interlude, and then I might go back to a topic or two. What else is going on? Hey, Kane. How was everyone's Halloween? I had a nice little Halloween. I walked around the neighborhood and I looked at Halloween houses. There were a lot of them. And we saw a few trick-or-treaters. All right. Well, I can do one of two things. I can wrap it up, or I can finish eating my bread and continue with the topic. Because I'm here all weekend, and I plan to start putting a lot more time into the stream, so you might see me more often. Okay, I'll do that. I'll take that as a green light. Oh, like you'll leave it out if you know you're going to use it, but otherwise you put it in the fridge? They were. There's a huge. I don't know if y'all know this. There's a huge Halloween industry now. It's not just like a little half aisle at the pharmacy. They have animatronics, big like stage set size props. They have project stuff you can project onto the light show, all kind of stuff for Halloween. And so all the neighbors go out and try to outdo the other neighbors. And so everybody's like pimping out their houses now for Halloween. Oh, I took your troll as a role. That was good, Not Laws. You're good. Keep trolling me like that. You're going to troll me right to success. I need a troll like you around. In fact, we're going to copyright, we're going to brand, what is it, trademark the name Troll Built. We're going to put that on all our stuff. This community was Troll Built. TM. Sometimes we do, which should disturb both of us, but with love. Actually, Not Laws, you, out of everybody that comes here over the years, you bother me the least. Like, one of the people that bothers me the least. You used to bother me a lot. But somehow you've leveled off, and I actually find you comforting sometimes. Just, oh, look, Not Laws is out there. Because I learned how, like, not to take your bullshit seriously. And I still get caught by your trolls. So it makes it, the fun is still there. Yeah. As usual, you say it way better than I could. All right. Mm. What is the herd of turtles? They should do a turtle parade where they march turtles down the street in little costumes, and you could put the turtles could be the floats, and you could put like frogs on their back or something. Here, I have just the person to ask about that.
Mhm, mhm.
Welcome.
Okay, thank you. Okay, first of all, I just want to say that that is the funniest compliment I've ever heard. To tell
What is?
someone that,
I
like,
gave a compliment.
yeah,
What was it?
yeah, you told Not Laws that they are like the least bothersome or whatever
Oh
out of
yeah, he
every.
is. Yes, that's huge. That's a huge. You didn't know him when he first showed up. He's a socialist. He's like a very annoying leftist communist socialist that
Oh my
he's
word.
constantly spot
Okay. All right,
this radicalized propaganda.
we can go back to the not bothered part. I wanted to document that I heard that. I was here for that moment.
I love Not Lost.
I get it. Yeah, they
He's one
bothered
of the people
me.
teaching me how to love.
That's exactly how it felt. That's what I registered. I was like, oh my gosh, it's not lost. It's bringing Jeff to the light with
No,
their
I guess you're right. Jeff probably did that all on his own. Not Lost was just the prop, the catalyst.
Oh no. Oh, that's what they're saying. Okay, well then I'll say it for you, not laws. You are the same level of bothersome you've always been. Okay, not
Hey, do you have a joke for today?
uh,
Or is Not Lost the joke?
Mike runs the joke, of course.
I haven't been at work the last few days, so I don't have my coworker to exploit.
Uh, I don't know why didn't this skeleton cross the road?
Because it was bone tired.
Ah, he didn't have the guts.
Oh, yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, also, so I came up here and I wanted to document that, so checkity mark. But when I was dialing in or whatever, I heard this thing about like turtle costumes, and I want you to know that I am very well versed in turtle costumes and parades and whatnot. Have you not seen like the cutest little turtles? Like when they go, if like a turtle gets its like shell cracked, and then people that like rehabilitate them, and they make little like Stegosaurus little crochet costumes, and they put them on the turtles, and it's the cutest.
No.
Look it
Oh
up,
my.
dude. Look it up. It is the cutest fucking thing. If
Did
you've
you
never
do a
seen it,
stream on it? We should do a stream on
oh my
turtle
god, I
costumes.
would. No, I mostly focus on
How to
like
pimp your
manatee
turtle.
mailboxes. No, we have to do our VHS dating streams.
Oh yeah, we should do. Maybe there's a way we could incorporate it,
A
the turtles
combo.
into that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I bet there's somebody who's like talking in their like VHS like dating thing all about their like costume turtle. Yeah, we'll find it.
There's gotta be.
It's out there for sure with like feathered hair. But I love I mean I love an animal in a costume when they like seem to be okay with it. I fucking hate when like animals like or like you could tell like they're miserable like in a little princess outfit or whatever. I just feel bad.
Did you know people put sweaters on their cats? Like
Of
little
course they
costumes
do.
on their cats? And they had a picture, we looked at it the other day, of somebody that made a sweater for her cat out of cat hair.
Oh, that's too much.
That's meta.
That's doing all the things. But I have seen like there's companies that'll take your like cat fur and like make a Christmas ornament for your tree. Like, and I just think, you know what? Like, okay, Etsy, I see you or whatever.
What do they do that you couldn't do yourself with the cat
I
hair?
don't know. Just like you
How
just
hard
need
is it
some
to
good
make an
food.
ornament?
I mean, go do it. Start collecting fucking cat fur and make it happen. Are you not gonna look up turtle like fucking Stegosaurus?
Huh?
Look up turtle Stegosaurus
Oh,
costume.
okay. I was trying to find the turtle costumes, but I got turtle costumes, like people dressed as Ninja Turtles.
No. You that's yeah. Help
Turtle
them.
Stegosaurus.
Yeah. Your cat needs
I'm
a
so
straight.
excited.
That's learned behavior, probably. Respectfully.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about this thing? Hang on.
It's like if it's a turtle in a crochet Stegosaurus
I'm
outfit, then
worried.
yeah.
Have you? It, it reminds me of Kittysaurus. This thing.
Oh my gosh, look how cute. There's so many. Tell me that's not so
I feel
cute.
like why it. They put it against the wall so they could get the picture. But
Okay, I don't know. I don't know what that. Maybe I don't know what that. Maybe that.
it
I don't
bothers
know.
me that it's up against
I
the
don't like.
wall.
Yeah, I don't like that. Maybe he's in timeout or something. Like, go to a happier one. You
That's a
found the.
Stegosaurus. It looks like a diaper with a turkey
Oh my!
diaper.
Can you find a better picture? You're judging. You're like throwing
That's
away.
what came up.
Okay, find a happier one. Look at
Well, how
look
do
scroll
I'm trying to find
scroll scroll. For fuck's sake! Look at that one. Look
this.
at orange. Look at that
All
one.
right,
The yeah. Look at that model. Like that's a model turtle right there.
this one.
Look how fucking cute.
Wow,
Look
that's a much better one. Yeah, you're
how
right.
it's so
Look, you get all
tiny.
the angles.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's a model turtle. That turtle
It's
is
not
worth
hot
it.
though. Like its shell
I
seems like it
mean,
would already be hot.
why you gotta like ruin it?
I'm ruining it,
Yeah, you're being bothersome.
but
You used to be the most unbothersome, but now you're the
I
most.
can't believe I was ever unbothersome. You're
Yeah, I know.
gaslighting and love
Yeah,
bombing.
yeah. Yep. I think that is official glaze. Oh shit. Okay, I gotta go. But always a pleasure. Okay, bye.
All right, you as well. Thank you for the vibes. Um, all right, what was that? I think I might save that topic for another day. I'm feeling like I need a little break myself. I've been a couple of hours, so yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll take a little break, and probably be back out later today, and I'll do that other topic on the modes of awareness and interaction. We'll get deeper into how we connect and don't connect with each other and why, and what maybe we can do to shift it around. Am I munching? Why don't you say? I don't know when I'm munching. Oh, the bread. I'm ignoring you, not lost. You're troll fogging my brain right now. All right. Anyway, take care, everybody. It was great hanging out. I can't wait to do it again, probably in a few hours. So until then, have a great weekend. Love you all. See you soon.